welcome back to BT. We're looking at a very quiet start to your morning commute this morning. We do have typical volume delays in spots, and that is mostly what I am watching. Eastbound on the QEW, we have delays from east of Mississauga Road over to about Cawthra, and that is all just due to volume. And then once we get in towards downtown on the eastbound Gardner, you'll find it to be mostly a good drive until about Park Lawn, where things start to slow down. Eastbound Gardner is then slow to east of the Humber Bridge, and then we're looking at delays moving through Dufferin, so keep that in mind. Taking a look over at the 401, we are looking at delays on the eastbound 401 anyway, from approaching Mavis to here, Ontario, so through Mississauga. Once we get to about Dixon, which is what we're looking at here, things do open up heading towards the 400. Heading off from Druth, southbound Allen at Transit, we have some lanes blocked because of a crash. It's jammed up from approaching Transit. Tell winter to take a hike. You're going to Scottsdale. Sunny skies, 22-degree days, and Sonoran Desert Adventures are an easy, non-stop flight away. Visit absolutely.scottsdale.com. That's a look at your drive. And Frankie, what's going on with the forecast?
What's going on with the forecast? Well, if we take a look over to Chicago, you can see them sitting at -5. That means we're going to see some cold air with the jet stream tucks down a little bit below us. That means Arctic air filters in, and that freezing mark is going to continue to fall throughout the day. So it's what's known as a reverse trend, where it's warmest in the morning, cold through the afternoon. -10 right now into Sudbury. That cold air through the afternoon is all the result, too, of some northwesterly winds. So here's your future forecast. You start to see some lake effect snow off of Lake Huron. That could produce some flurries into Toronto. Looks like mostly towards the western port. But as we put this into motion, you're going to see a lot of the snow squall activity stays down through London and just south of the London area. But we can't rule it out through the snow belt, so you're going to see some warnings and watches posted. We get into tomorrow, we're going to get into cold air, but we're going to get into nice clear skies. We get some vitamin D through your Friday. It's Saturday that I want to show you that we're going to get into some cloud cover, but also Saturday, you can see we're going to roll our way towards some snow right here in the city of Toronto. Looks like we could see up to 10 centimeters of snow on Saturday. So temperatures falling through the afternoon, down to around -3, -5 through the afternoon, -12 through the overnight. A cold Friday with a high of -6, wind chills in the afternoon of -10, morning wind chills of -20. And then there's your snowy Saturday with a daytime high of 2. Let's look at your next 3 days weather-wise. Now it's over to Mel.
Thank you, Frank. Well, the dispute between teachers' unions and the province continues to heat up. Today, teachers at Ontario's French language school boards beginning their administrative work to rule campaign, and this is on top of all the other job action with the other unions. Now, our Tammy Sutherland is at Dewson Public School here in Toronto. The big question now, Tammy, a lot of people have questions when it comes to this compensation for childcare to parents. What should we know?
Well, there's so many questions out there right now. What we do know, of course, is that the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario, they have announced that they will be escalating their job action. So on Monday, they will hold a one-day walkout, and this will affect 3 boards, the Toronto District School Board, as well as the York Region School Board and the Ottawa Carleton School Board as well. So you have to keep that in mind as well. All of those schools will be shut down in those 3 boards. And so in the meantime, the government is offering compensation for parents who will need to seek child care or possibly stay home because of the fact that their kids will not be able to go to school. Now, that child care, it ranges from about $60 a day for students who are age 6, up to age 6, $25 for parents of children in grades 1 to grade 7, and you can apply for this online. And already thousands of parents have reached out since this announcement was made yesterday, shortly after ETFO had announced that it will be escalating its job action. More than 12,000 parents already signed up yesterday. That number likely to continue to grow right up until Monday. It's also retroactive. So if parents do have any questions about how to get this compensation, what exactly they are eligible for on Monday, you can head to our website, citynews.ca. We do have a link to some frequently asked questions that can be answered there as well. In the meantime, ETFO calling this a bribe, saying that the province is just trying to sweeten the pot for parents rather than just really getting back to the bargaining table and negotiating with teachers. Mel, I'll send it back to you for now.
Tammy, thank you for that. And we want to know what you think about it. Head to @BT Toronto and chime in. Now, this is scary. An elevator incident for a man in a residential high-rise at Yonge and Bloor. It happened yesterday evening. Imagine this. This elevator briefly went into free fall from the 14th floor. It dropped a few levels while he was inside. Toronto fire crews had to rappel down that elevator shaft to rescue the man. It took over 2 hours. The man injured his leg, but he is expected to be okay. Officials saying a broken hoistway is to blame. Wow. All right. Hasn't exactly been a secret, but now it is official. Peter MacKay announcing he intends to run for the federal Conservative Party leadership. MacKay doing it with 4 words on social media. I'm in, stay tuned, which of course ends months of speculation. The former cabinet minister for Prime Minister Harper took on major portfolios like justice, defense, and foreign affairs. MacKay is expected to launch his campaign in his home province of Nova Scotia late next week. The party is going to vote for its new leader to replace Andrew Scheer in June here in Toronto. Let's get to some politics now south of the border. Signed, sealed, and delivered. The U.S. Senate will formally read articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump today. The House Democrats sending them yesterday, almost a month after voting to impeach Trump for pressuring Ukraine for political gain. The Democrats have been withholding the articles until now over a disagreement over witnesses. And it's still not clear if any will be called. The stage is now set for the impeachment trial. It's set to start next week. It's only the 3rd trial to try to remove a president in American history. It's unlikely, though, with Republicans holding a solid majority in the Senate.